Oli! Welcome to another vlog. It is Sunday afternoon, I'm laying in bed and I'm home alone. And what I'm trying to do every week is sit during Sunday afternoon at some point and make a plan for the upcoming week. Planning our week is something that maybe we see a lot on Instagram, but it is not just something to do because, it's aesthetic, sitting down and writing down what we're going to do. But it's also useful because sometimes when we've got a lot going on and there are a lot of things that we have to do, is that we start the week running around, drifting. We don't know when we are going to do the things that we have to, and the levels of stress that we have on our bodies are quite high. In order to reduce that chaos, my therapist recommended an exercise. I thought this could be interesting for you as well. So if you want to see exactly how I plan my week, in my personal life and my work life, I recommend you to grab a coffee, sit down, get a paper, and we're going to do this together. All right, let's go. As I said, get yourself a coffee or a tea or something. And step number 2, let's grab a computer, or if you like to do it in paper, a paper. For me, I'll just do it on my computer. This way I can write down everything on my Google Calendar. I have it on my phone and on my laptop at every moment of the day, so I prefer it that way. And optional, but step number 3, if you are as blind as I am, get yourself your glasses as well. All set now. The first step of this process is making a list of your to-dos. As I am doing this for my personal life and also for my work life, what I'm going to do is 2 lists, starting with my work, because sometimes my work, I work in marketing, marks my schedule of when I start my private life. So I'm going to start with my work to-dos, and then afterwards I'm going to do my private life to-dos. Let's start. To write down the to-do list for this week at my work, what I'm doing is checking at my Google Calendar and see the meetings that are already set. For example, I saw that one day I'm going to an event and I already have a meeting scheduled. It's a status meeting and we do that every week on the same day. So I'm already asking if we can move that to another day. But having seen my Google Calendar, then I'm writing down all my to-dos, which are not a few. Now we have already written down our tasks and I'm going to share them with you so I see exactly what I'm doing. On my work to-do list for this week, I've got write down 10 YouTube scripts and send them to the filmmaker and also to the speaker that's going to record it. As a content manager, I'm the one organizing all the filming days. We do batch creating, which means that once every month or once every other month, we do a day in which we film about 8 or 10 YouTube videos, around 20 reels or shorts, and also a lot of ads. And so far, I'm the one writing the scripts. Then I also have store all the tasks that the candidates are sending me because I'm also managing a hiring process. It's just a part-time copywriter position as a freelance, and I have been interviewing a lot of people and now they are sending me some tasks so I can choose exactly which one is going to be the best fit. Then I have make sure that deploys happen, and I mean by that Black Friday is coming, so we are changing some things of the website because we're launching an amazing offer. And in order to change the website, there's a team involved in that, especially the developer that's going to press upload to the new version of the website with the offer. So that's actually a very important thing to make sure that happens. Another interesting that I have to do, and this one is not easy, but it can have a lot of impact, is decide whether if it's a good option or not being the cover of a newspaper, not me, the company, for 24 hours, and also have a whole page written in the printed version of the newspaper. I'm going to discuss that with the CEO, so I have to make sure that I've got all the arguments and I have to explore this opportunity a little bit more deeply, but also I have to see if we're going to get a nice return of investment on that, what's the cost of acquisition of the clients that we're going to get from that channel. So that's something that I have to do and it's very important as well. Yeah, I have to meet with the website team. We have already upgraded the main landing pages, but there are like other small random landing pages that we have to change. So yeah, that's another task. Then I have to make a couple of brief for the designer of the company, and I have to make with a colleague of mine reviews of the assets that we have to upgrade the email marketing workflows that we've got. So that's on my work. On my private life, instead, we've got an appointment to get new glasses done because these ones are terrible. These are like this all the time, and I'm like trying to put them, straight. This week is going to be Black Friday, so they are discounted, so it's a nice time to get them done. Also, I've got a meeting with another client because I do a little bit of freelancing as well, and I think that we are going to end our collaboration. We'll have a difficult conversation this week. Then I'm also going to an event on Wednesday, not on Wednesday, on Friday with a friend. It's about creativity. I like these kind of events because there's normally like a conference or something like that, and then there's a little bit of networking there with some music, some drinks, and I think it's a nice opportunity to get inspired and get better ideas for your regular job and have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to that. Then I want to go to the cinema and watch Wicked because I haven't, part 2 of course. And I'm a huge fan. I remember I went to the first one for the first time and I didn't like it because it was super late at night. I was just falling asleep. So then I went a second time and I completely loved it. I was there alone because I went alone the second time and I was like crying. So yeah, I now want to watch the second part. Yeah, then next one is important. I want to have a day night with my boyfriend. As well as this week is Black Friday, I want to sit down one afternoon or whenever and place an order because there are different things that I want to buy. And I have been waiting for the best time, for the best offer, and I think I'm going to get them this week. So I'm going to make a huge order at some point this week. And then I have to go to therapy. I also want to go to 2 calisthenics classes and also to a dance class. Another thing that I wrote down is redecorate the kitchen. And last one, but not least, is book a trip with my boyfriend to celebrate our 5th anniversary this December, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make it in December or if it's going to be more of a ski trip around January. We'll see. Perfect. The second step to organize your week is review all the tasks you wrote down and then assign a priority to every task. This way you will know what you have to do first and the things that are not that important, and maybe you can do them next week. Work-wise, writing scripts, high priority. The task from the selection process is something that I can do next week, so that's something that I can put at the bottom of my to-do list. Make sure that the new version of the website with all the Black Friday offers happens. That's super high priority, and that has to happen tomorrow, first thing in the morning. So, very important. Think if it's a good thing to be on the newspaper. That's like super important because the deadline to decide whether we're doing this or not is Tuesday, so that's high priority. Meeting with the website team, that's something that's important, but it's not that urgent. So it's something that I can do at the end of the week, or I can also ask that they send me a list of what they would do and then just reply with a brief message or a brief meeting. So I'm going to rate that as a medium for this week. The briefs for the designer are not that urgent as well right now, so that's going to be also low priority this week. And the assets review, that's something that can be perfectly done next week as well, so I'm going to rate that as medium or low. Perfect. So now I am repeating the same process with my private life. What I'm doing is again assigning priorities to every task that I have to do. Okay, done. Once we have assigned all the priorities to the tasks we have, we can move to the final step of this exercise, which would be writing down a schedule. As I said before, you can do it on a notebook, on your planner, or wherever. Me, for myself, I prefer doing it in a Google Calendar, as I'm used to work with that tool in my work. So I'm just going to do it there. I'm putting my glasses back on. I'm opening my Google Calendar. Once I have my calendar open, what I'm doing is getting the high priority tasks and assigning them a slot in which I know I'll have time to do them. And I start with that, like assigning a slot to the high priority task and then going down to the medium and then the low. Okay, so we're going to do that now. So that was it. Now we have the schedule for the week, and it should be easier to achieve everything that we want to achieve. We exactly know when we are going to do it and at what time. So everything should work out if we follow it. All right. So I'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Mwah. Ciao.